Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Squared Post podcast. As always, I'm Daniel, and that's Sam. And before we begin, I just want to thank everybody who who saw our last video, who liked, commented, subscribed. I hope you guys stick around, and if you do, me and Sam, we're pretty knowledgeable about wrestling. I would say we know a little bit about most things. So if you have something you want us to talk about, then just let us know in the comments, and we'll get to it. And But also, if you're here, that means you survived the 4-day wrestling weekend that we have just gone through. That was insanely hectic, especially watched all the shows, but also it was long, but it was really good, if I say so myself. And as always, me and Sam, we like to give credit to wrestlers and especially indie wrestlers when we can. So we just want to shout out all the indie wrestlers that worked multiple shows. Speedball worked nine matches in 2 days. Yeah, Blake Christian worked, Slade worked death matches, and then just got up and just went to work the next day. And as always, I'm a West Coast guy. I have to give a shout out to my Team LA Fights guys that showed up in Dallas and showed out. And a special shout out to a friend of the channel, a friend of the show, Shay Purser, who I'm not sure actually watches the show, but a lot of what we talk about, we take inspiration from him. He was back in America and he killed it at a feast show. So we just want to start by saying congrats and thank you to all the wrestlers that put their body through hell for our entertainment over the last 4 days. But I've talked enough. So Sam, how are you doing?
Doing awesome. This past WrestleMania weekend was a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a WrestleMania weekend that people are going to look back over the next few years and go in and say that it was one of the better WrestleManias and WrestleMania weekends in general.
Yeah, it was really monumental. And we will talk about like what made it monumental in a little bit later.
Yep.
We'll get to the graphic. But we just want, but yeah, so yeah, we just want to say congrats. It was a lot of fun. Like if you watched all this, like every time I went on Twitter, like throughout Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday, like there was wrestling on. That's how busy.
Yeah.
And a lot of great people.
And it
did
was
a lot of
positive.
Things. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of great people did.
Usually on wrestling Twitter, you see some not so nice things every once in a while.
I think because there were multiple shows on at the same time, there was like, if you didn't like anything, then that's fine. But like there was something for most people. And actually that brings me to my next point, which is wrestling is subjective. So stop arguing about it on Twitter. You can think Kenny Omega's better. You can think Roman Reigns better. You can think Okada's better. You can think Bryan Danielson's better. Let people enjoy what they want.
You can think Cody Rhodes is better.
Yes. Okay, let's go with that. Yes. Let people enjoy what they want. Enjoy what you want. Let people enjoy what they want. Wrestling is subjective. That's why there will never be a true GOAT. That's why there will never be like a Mount Rushmore everyone agrees on. Because everyone's stands are different. Also, shout out to Scott Steiner, who was on his best behavior.
Yeah. Good job, Scotty.
Now, we did talk about the good, and I know I just spent time talking about like let people enjoy what they want, but there were some things on Monday Night Raw that we were confused about. So I'm gonna let Sam take it away.
Yeah, on Monday night, something that
I still don't know how to feel about it. Sorry, I know I was saying
me neither.
Yeah.
Elias came back and he's doing this whole gaslighting thing where it's like kind of like Stardust all over again, like at the beginning of the Stardust character, where he was like saying that he wasn't Cody Rhodes, but it's Cody. And this is kind of the same thing, but legit gaslighting. It's not like I'm trying to hide. It's like straight up, no, fuck you. I am this guy.
Okay. WWE has a habit of doing this in the 80s and 90s, where they would take someone off TV, then like 2 months
Yeah.
later, they would bring them back as a different character. That is one thing.
Yeah.
But when you have Kevin Owens being like, no,
Straight up saying
yeah,
it.
this is not that. This is not a repackage of a character. This is
This is gaslighting.
yeah.
This is not repackaging.
It's weird. And I'm 99% because there was a trademark for an Elton Prince or Price. And I'm 99% sure that's also supposed to be Elias. So I'm just confused. Honestly, I don't know what laugh or cringe. He did.
Me neither.
Yeah, he was clean shaven, and like people said he looked they said before he looked like Randy Savage. So maybe this was to get away from that. But now he just looks like LA Knight's older brother. Or younger brother. Also,
aren't they the same age though?
Yes. Which is why it's so confusing. But also on the topic, I just want to say shout out Ezekiel Jackson. When I first saw Ezekiel on the Titantron, I thought it was him. And
me too.
And a lot of people did.
I went, oh my God, he's back.
I know, I thought they got him out of retirement. And also, but a lot of people did. And so they went on Twitter and they were like, Ezekiel Jackson is the only Ezekiel I know. And like, he was super nice about it. He was just like, well, there's two now. So he said, I'm just going to let him do his own thing. That was, So shout out.
He basically passed the torch.
Yes, he did not have to do that. So like, shout out Ezekiel Jackson.
Yeah.
There was also, like we said before, there's also really good happening on the show. And one of those things, as you're going to be hearing a lot about, because it was amazing, is FTR and the Briscoes finally faced off.
Yeah.
Sam, there are no words for how much I love this match.
Yeah, me too. I was sitting there going, oh my God, I'm witnessing a classic match in front of my eyes. What the hell?
I thought it was going to be
like,
good.
I realized that, like, as soon as the bell rung, I went, oh, fuck. This is going to be iconic.
I knew it was going to be good, but actually seeing those guys face off and the crowd made it amazing. Like, it was really, really great. But the crowd,
and it was a real Ring of Honor crowd. Like, that's what made it an iconic match for years to come.
Yes.
You could tell that they were working a Ring of Honor show. Like,
you know how you know this match was good? FDR started as heels and ended it as probably the most popular faces. And that is talent. I mean, a match was good. Like, you know how everyone talks about storytelling? This match had storytelling. Yeah. You had Dax and Jay, and you could tell they hated each other. Like who Ian, I think it was Ian. I could be wrong. It might have been Caprice. But I think it was Ian who was just like, when Dax and Jay first started face off after Cash and Mark tagged out, it was just like, these two have been throwing live rounds at each other on Twitter or over the internet. And I was just like, that's a pretty good description. And then at the end, you had the Young Bucks make their long-awaited return after they left to start AEW
3 years ago.
Yes, and we will talk more about Homecomings in a little bit. Young Bucks came back and FDR cemented themselves as faces, and now we're getting that match on Dynamite. And
we're getting a match on Dynamite tonight, which should be a lot of fun. This is going to be very much like a straight up FTR versus Young Bucks match. This isn't going to be a wrestling love story callback type match.
Yes.
This is going to be straight up. This is FTR. This is the Young Bucks. Let's go.
They're going to fight. It's a clash of styles. That it's fun. But back to FTR and Briscoes, it's not my favorite. Obviously, there were a lot of really good matches. But I love when Dax threw the chair in the ring, and I think it was Paul Turner. He just caught it, and he was like, "Nope."
Yeah, Everyone was talking about it on Twitter right after it happened.
Yeah, that was funny. What else? It was just good wrestling. Dax had a hot
it
tag.
was a Briscoes match.
Yes, Dax had a hot tag. I don't think I've seen Dax have a hot tag. No, sorry, I saw it last week on Dynamite.
Yeah.
But before that, I think Cash and Dax, like for their entire career together, they have been pretty much healed. So seeing these guys seeing Cash have fun, Cash and Dax,
Yeah.
I think FTR probably might. I think if you ask me who's the number one tag team right now, I'd say FTR. But
and I would agree with you.
Yes.
To me, like ever since they had the match against Johnny and Ciampa, they were shot to the friggin' moon. Like they were meant to be the number one tag team in professional wrestling.
Except on Raw, but we don't have to talk about that right now.
Yeah.
But I think because like we all know, FTR have made their goals, intentions clear. They want tag team wrestling to be respected again.
Yeah.
And
they've seemed to do just that.
I think they've done that. And like we spent a whole episode talking about tag teams before, so I don't want to make this another tag team episode, but like FTR, Young Bucks, Top Flight, Private Party, Usos, the Hardys are back. You have the Briscoes.
Yeah.
You have Violent by Design and Impact. You have Motor City Machine Guns back. You have the Usos, like you said. You have
New Day.
You have Dirty Dogs, I guess. They're good. We'll talk about them.
We'll talk about them in just a moment here.
Yeah. But my point is, tag team wrestling seems to be pretty respected again. I mean, it's not like back when you had the Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express, the Brain Busters, and all these other like national tag teams. But like, remember the 2000s, the early 2010s?
Yeah.
We talked about before, like we were looking back at WrestleMania 26. The tag team match was like pre-show. Like, we don't have time for you. We have to do all these other like 10 other matches.
Yeah.
So we don't have time for you. But now it's respected. Like, it was the best match of the night, in my opinion. Gresham and Bandito gave them a run for the money, but it was the best match of the night, in my opinion.
For sure. Yuta versus Josh Woods was very good.
Yeah.
I like that Yuta has the pure title now.
Yeah.
I think whatever happens from this point on in Wheeler Yuta's run in Ring of Honor, I think that guy's going to become a star really fast.
Yeah. And again, we're not here to recap everything, but I think we should talk about WrestleMania for like a quick minute.
Quick.
I think Bianca Becky, I think we all agree, was probably the best match of both nights.
Yeah, that or the match that we're going to be talking about in just a second.
Yes, we will talk about in like a minute. But yeah, okay, I guess we should talk about it now. Like the hell says of the video, this was a homecoming for a lot of people. And
this weekend was a homecoming for a lot of people, and the main guy that everybody's been talking about is a guy from Marietta, Georgia, by the name of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And Cody came back to WWE.
He did his entrance. He did the whole entrance. He did.
He had the Cody Vader. He had
they did American Nightmare on the LED boards. I'm not sure if they did it on night one because I didn't really pay attention.
Yeah, but he did.
On Raw, they had the American Nightmare on the LED.
Yeah.
And he came out. I thought they would not do that. I thought they wouldn't give him that. I thought they'd give him everything else, but not that.
Yeah, they have everything in his presentation that was in AEW.
Yeah, because
and Cody had an interview with the Shoemaker afterwards, and it said that's what he asked for. Yeah. He made sure that in his super complicated contract that he had to have Kingdom. He had to have the Cody Vader. He had to have the Homelander gear.
Yeah.
He had
the whole nine yards.
To be called the American Nightmare.
Yeah. The whole nine yards.
And the match with Seth was really good. And at first it was it was weird. Like when it happened, it was like, woohoo. Then a second after, I was like, okay, this is weird.
It's been
Because
6 years. Yeah.
because my brain now is so convinced that he's an outsider now.
He
But
is. Like, I mean,
but
honestly, he is.
but like because I'm still kind of used to when I think of Cody Rhodes in WWE, like my mind is still going to the dashing stuff, the stuff with Damian Sandow, the
Undashing.
yeah, all of that stuff. My mind doesn't go American Nightmare.
I mean,
It's going to be
yeah.
hard to process that again and like be used to hearing Kingdom on Raw every week.
I'm
And like
not used to hearing
watching
rest.
Cody
Yeah.
versus Dominic Mysterio is going to be a weird thing, but I'm here for it.
No, no. That's where I draw the line. Do not give Cody Dominic Mysterio. I'm still upset that Raul Mendoza lost to Dom. Do not make me more upset. And also, I have another short spiel. WWE getting Cody Rhodes back is not a victory for WWE. WWE using Cody Rhodes' presentation is now a victory for AEW. This is a victory for Cody Rhodes, first and foremost. And you guys are making me unite
this is something he's wanted.
Yes.
This was his plan all along.
Yeah, he left 6 years ago and he made himself a star. And I'm not going to use the term he did. I think we all know that promo. But he made him.
He said it literally right after he left, and he said it again on Monday.
Yes, everyone knows. But yeah, this is he made himself to a place where now they can deny he's the top star. That was his goal.
Yeah.
So once again, stop being weird on Twitter, please.
Yeah,
I beg you.
Don't burn your Cody shirts. Don't be like. Don't hate the guy because he left. He left because this was his plan all along. He wanted to be presented as a big star. He wanted to get that title for his dad. And the only way to do that was to leave and reinvent himself.
Like someone said on Twitter, everything Cody's done since he left has been for his dad. He won the NWA title. Yeah. He did the territories or the indies, whatever you want to call them, but he did those. So he's wanted to emulate his dad, and now he's going to do the one thing his dad couldn't do, and that is that WWE title. Yeah. Should we talk about that? Like that's kind of a situation that's up in the air right now because on Sunday night, Brock and Roman had a Brock and Roman
typical
match.
Brock Roman match.
Yeah, they had a Brock and Roman match, and not in the finishing final moments,
but they didn't bleed, which they usually bleed in their matches.
Yes, but like in like the kind of the mid to end point, Brock gets a Chimera lock, and no one's really sure. Roman might be injured. No one knows because
I think he's playing off as it went off and popped back in, but it doesn't really look like it happened.
I don't know if he kind of looked like he was in pain on Monday when he was doing his usual thing. He looked a little bit in pain,
but so I don't know if he's selling it or what the case might be.
Yeah, it's confusing because like it always has to be confusing. But also on Monday,
I'm sure something's going to come out on Select or.
Yeah, he said on Monday that he would say it on Friday. So that leads me to two things. One, they don't know how bad it is. Two, they wasted 20 minutes on Raw just to have Drew answer his challenge on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And if it's number two, all respect
what
to
does
Drew,
that mean for Cody?
All respect to Drew, I'm not really looking. I mean, it should be good. Let me be straight. Yeah. But like, Drew spent the better part. Actually, Drew spent all of this year in a feud with the Happy Folks. That did not scream top title contender to me. That's just me. I love Drew again. Like, Drew Galloway, Drew McIntyre, whatever you want to call him, I love him.
Yeah,
but it doesn't interest me. I'm sorry, but I was kind of on board with having Bobby interrupt because like Bobby B almost, which I did
Yeah.
not, which like again, if you watch the,
That
uh,
popped me. I was like,
yes, I
oh,
was just
thank
like,
God.
yes. But now I guess, okay, I kind of get that
So
segment on Monday because like they wanted to get Bobby cheered. They needed to move
yeah,
MVP on as have him be almost his manager in a way that made sense.
yeah,
That's fine. But again, Bobby is so mega popular right now. I think
yeah.
after
He's red hot right now.
yeah, I think after Cody, and we'll talk about Cody's form in a second. I think after
Yeah,
Cody, he is the number 2, number 3 babyface on Raw. And if
yeah,
Roman has both titles still, one of those two should be an next challenger for the title, in
yeah.
my opinion. Because like
Either Cody, Bobby, or Drew.
yeah, because it's been talked to nauseum, that fact that in Roman's rise, WWE really eliminated all potential threats to him on SmackDown. Like they
Yeah,
really knew it. Like we just said, Drew was in a feud with the Happy Folks for the better part of a
yeah.
year.
He was with.
Yeah.
He
K- yeah.
literally
KO's on Raw.
almost
Yeah.
like stabbed the Andrew
Yes.
the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner.
Yes. KO's on Raw. He's a heel now. Kofi is
Yeah,
in a tag team. Shinsuke is in a tag team.
yeah,
Cesaro and Jeff Hardy don't work for the company anymore.
yeah.
So after Drew,
There's
unless you make good
unless you
with
bring up
Ali,
Braun.
yeah, unless you make Braun's also something else we should talk about. But
Yeah,
unless you make good with Ali, having him back as a face that everyone loves, it's just
yeah. I
Drew
guess
on
you could bring
SmackDown.
back Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa, yeah, but he won't want to come back. Is my thing. It's like you have
Yeah,
to make good with it.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's gonna take some time, but
yes. So I think I don't want Roman to stay on Raw. I just think they should start building.
go back and
Oh,
forth.
actually, Boogs is injured right now, so you could technically start building up Nakamura again. Also,
Yeah,
we hope Boogs gets better soon. Obviously,
yeah.
like that injury looked like it sucked.
And Boogs is a fantastic wrestler. Like,
Yes,
dude has the perfect charisma to be like a sports entertainer, or a WWE superstar. He has that that quality that they're looking for.
yes. But yeah. So knock Drew, Bobby, Cody. Maybe have AJ, depending on how this thing with
Yes, with the
Edge's faction goes.
yeah,
And I know
which
you have thoughts
now
about
I
Edge's
think it's a
faction.
perfect.
Yes.
Now is a perfect time to bring up one of the dirty dogs, Mr. Bobby Roode. Uh,
Have him be face.
yeah, have him turn him face. Like keep Dolphin NXT. I don't care.
I think Dolph's done in NXT after he lost the title, but we'll talk
Yeah.
about that in a second.
So, what I think they should do, they should bring AJ and Bobby together and like have them be a tag team. Like, but it'll be hard to not bring up Impact somehow. But
I think
what do
I
you think?
just don't, maybe Balor. They've teased Bullet Club before, but like, okay,
Yeah,
that's
but they
a
can't
different,
straight up call it Bullet Club.
they called it the club or the OC before when
Yeah,
it was Gallows. Yeah. Mm, mm. Wait, okay, back to Cody because Cody
yeah,
did show up on Monday and
and he literally started his promo with, "So, what do
I
you guys
knew
want to
it.
talk about?" And that
I
popped
told you
me.
off air. Yeah.
I literally was howling. I was like, "No way, he actually did that." I went, "Oh, this is gonna be good."
Yeah, like that was like the best moment. But then
Then he did
he
the crying meme where he's
he
like,
did a Cody promo, which is the
"Yeah,
nicest
it
way.
was literally a Cody AEW promo."
And a Cody promo in this environment, like it was a good promo, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
It feels weird. Like giving a
yeah,
Cody. mm. I mean, that just might be me. Again, I watched 4 days of wrestling over the weekend.
yeah.
That might just be me. But yeah, it felt weird. It's gonna be good. Like he's gonna have good stories, and I think if Roman vacates one of the titles, or I think he might be the first one to beat Roman for the WWE title.
Yeah, I think if it would be the WWE title that he fights for. It wouldn't be Universal.
Yeah, no. So I think you could potentially see order of Roman right now, Cody, Edge, Bobby. That would be.
I'm okay with that. That's a good next 4 champions.
Yeah, hopefully they do that.
Like maybe since Universal is lineal to the World Heavyweight, I think Edge goes for Universal.
Yeah. But I mean, Edge is here right now, which is why I said Cody, because Cody is like now this huge face. Because I need to start writing down I need to start writing down what the commentators say, because I think it was Corey. Oh, Jimmy, probably Jimmy, who said the prodigal son. Who said the prodigal son is now home. No,
that was Cody actually. Not Cody, but Corey.
Yeah, Corey. Corey.
He also said undesirable to ungoddamn deniable.
Corey.
Corey is aware of AEW.
And Corey is confusing because most of the stuff he says, it looks like he doesn't have any self-awareness, and then other stuff he says, he does. So, but also I kind of just want him back because like I don't want to listen to Raw the next 3 weeks. So congratulations
the next couple weeks.
Congratulations on your wedding. Come back soon, please.
We need you to get another paycheck, please.
I know. Nigel McGuinness is still in.
Or Nigel,
yeah.
And Nigel, or maybe just have Jimmy and Byron.
I'm saying 2-man boots are fine. Like I don't know why WWE loves 3-man, but 2-mans are fine.
I think they love 3-man because a lot of like pro sports have 3-man booths.
I think they like,
and they're trying to.
It gives them like the face and heel dynamic, which they love for some reason.
Which they can still do that with a 2-man booth. Like Colin Lawler did it for years.
Yeah, Vic and Wade do it on NXT. They're not my favorite because like back when it was 3-man booth, it was like Wade was the heel, Vic was the straight man, and Beth was the face. And now there's just 2 of them. Vic kind of has to be the straight man and the baby face. So that's I mean, I love them both. They're really good at what they do.
But like I said, Colin Lawler have done it for years.
Yes, that is a whole nother topic on its own. But back to this weekend. The prodigal son went home, and another prodigal son went to his home. And so that was a horrible intro. Samoa Joe went back to ROH. Is what I'm trying to say. The monster is back home where he belongs.
My heart, man. I was like, no way. I was so happy, man. I was like, and man, as soon as his music hit, I went, who is that? And then once I heard the crowd popping, I went, oh, it's Joe.
I saw the flames and I was just like, that's not Danielson. Because like we know, like
when Danielson has his thing there.
We know when Tony Khan was just like, trust me, I'm gonna make it worth your while. Stay. Trust me, I'm gonna make it worth your while. Everyone was like, oh, it's Danielson. Because like Danielson Gresham, that's a natural.
That's the dream match that everybody.
That's a natural conclusion to make.
We'll get it. We'll get it in Ring of Honor at some point.
Yes. But like there was something in the back of my head that was like, Tony Khan does the obvious, but is this too obvious? Like Danielson. So I was just like, because I knew it had to be one of 3 people. Danielson, Punk, or Joe. So I was like, it could be Joe. Like I know we haven't seen him or really heard from him besides the one interview.
But on Busted Open,
it could be Joe. But everyone else was like, no, it's Danielson. It's Danielson was Gresham. That's what's happening.
People are still pushing for that, and I think we'll get it.
We'll get it. I think it's
It's definitely a Ring of
yeah,
Honor match.
we'll talk about that in a little bit because I have an idea. And then Lethal came out, and I was just like, how much time is left here? Because if Lethal is here, don't worry, I got you. Then
Yeah.
we might have a problem for the future of ROH.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lethal
Then
came
when
out,
Moriarty came in,
and then Dirt came out. Dirt turned heel on Gresham. By the way, Gresham had a
Yeah.
really good line. Gresham, like when Lethal asked for a title, she was like, "You don't have honor anymore, so therefore you do not get a title shot." And then Lethal attacked him. Dirt came out again.
Yeah.
Moriarty came out, and the faces were getting me down.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Come on, Tony Khan, don't let me down." And
Yeah.
then I saw the flames. I heard the music, and I was just like, "You did not let me down." Because
you didn't let me down either.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I can't wait to see what he does on Dynamite tonight. I'm assuming it's a promo.
Yeah, it's going to
unless-
be a promo. That's my idea. Is that we know Samoa Joe said it in the scrum that like
Yeah.
Regal got fired and he saw the writing on the
Yeah.
wall. So give
Yeah.
me Danielson, Moxley, and Utah versus Gresham, Moriarty, and Joe.
I'm okay with that. BCC against
The ROH guys.
the honorable originals.
Yeah,
Just call it
because
that.
it was in the post. Yeah, so it was post show that Joe got on the mic and he cut a promo and he put over both Gresham and Moriarty.
Yeah, and he said, "My name is Samoa Joe. This is Ring of Honor, and this is pro wrestling."
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think what was it, 2004, 2005? He said that the first time. I could be wrong, but I know he said that before. Yeah. And also, I will say this: my feeling is Jay Lethal aside, you established Jay Lethal as your top
as a heel,
and if you
in
bring
Ring of Honor,
Bandito back, and if you bring Bandito back, you now have a storyline where Chavo is about to send Hitman after Hitman after Hitman after him.
And do you put him with Cage and Gates of Agony?
That's also who would you put him with though?
I don't know, because
you could bring someone. Oh, Flamita is still out there. Demonico Flamita, bring him in.
Yeah.
And have him and Bandito go like 5 matches. I'd be fine with that. 5, 10, 15-minute matches each. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
And also you have Suzuki. You gave Suzuki his first US title. You have Tully Brandt. But I could not have been more wrong. Like we've talked
I was not expecting Brian Cage to be the main guy.
Yeah, I was like, because we were on the show.
But seeing Khan there was awesome.
Khan and Liona. Yeah, we were on like a show like a couple weeks ago. I was like, I think the reason they fired him was because Tully wanted to be off TV. And instead he's just like, nope, I'm gonna be more on TV, more clients, more everything.
Yeah.
And but yeah, Total Leona is a West Coast guy. So I was happy to see him. Yeah. The only reason I'm like I like Khan being in the group, but like I'm on the fence because I think this means Shane Taylor Promotions is not in AEW/ROH, which I don't know.
I think they might just do GCW for a bit.
Yeah.
And
like
then come in. Because I think they want to build up Tully Blanchard Enterprises first, then bring in STP.
Yeah, that might work.
Which I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah.
Like just as long as you put the right people against TBE, they'll be. Also, we'll see what happens.
Anybody, I don't care what company, except maybe 1 or 2, but we don't talk about that. I don't care what company. Someone put pen to paper for Blake Christian and Willow Nightingale. Please, I beg you.
Those two had killer matches at Supercard.
Mhm. I think Willow should have won, but like that's a whole nother. Mercedes
Yeah.
and Leona will have a good match. We know
Uh,
they will.
and yeah, I'm kind of happy with the outcome just because Mercedes is a 20-year vet and she is gonna help shape the women's division.
Yeah, yeah,
Like they're gonna have some veterans in that women's division. They're probably gonna have Ruby Soho in there.
yeah.
They'll
AQA
probably
could AQA one. She
yeah.
could be in that
She
woman's
had
team.
a great pre-show match.
Yeah, her and Elise were good. Mm.
Um,
Yeah, who else would be in that?
I would love to see maybe a one-off of Anna Jay there.
Yeah, and a Jane take on team. Yeah, and
Yeah, probably put Sammy there maybe, but
oh,
he's part of the four pillars, so maybe
who
not.
cares? Put Sam in ROH. I don't care. Like heal Sammy.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
very important.
just to let the heat die down a bit. Then
I mean, it has to be heel Sammy though. That's the most important because, like we talked about before, like the old ROH crew
yeah,
that is now in AEW will do it. We know Lethal's going to do it in AEW.
yeah, we know
Like,
Punk's gonna do a run there.
yeah, Danielson's Moxley might even show up because, like, Moxley likes Moxley and Garcia.
Yeah, I think Garcia had one match in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Both him and Moriarty, like right before they both got signed.
Oh yeah, that was And then we know Moriarty is going to be a big part. Seidel might be a big part of this, even though he's injured right now.
And Seidel's Ring of Honor original.
Yeah, he was back in the old days, and then he came back. But how injured do you think he is? Because I don't think they would have done that angle if he was like as injured as they were trying to let on.
I think he's injured, but he's not like
that bad
fully.
Yeah.
Like I think like
50,
now
60. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like he's about to come off the crutches.
Yeah, which is why they did that angle.
Yeah, and I think that's why they did that. Yeah, to prepare for when the crutches are gone.
Do you think Tony convinced Sanjay to wrestle again? Because Sanjay versus Sadal.
Yeah.
Give me that match.
Those two had great matches in ROH.
Yeah.
It's to me, Sanjay, I still see him as a TNA guy.
Same.
But I still like the stuff he did in ROH. And now with this new ROH, I think I see him and Joe being the old guys that have matches every once in a while.
Yeah, him, Joe Lethal, Suzuki too, but Suzuki's a different story because he's like a champ.
See, he's gonna be like a Brock Lesnar level main attraction.
Yeah. Do you think
kind of like what Dolph's doing in NXT?
Yes, except not anymore because I think Dolph. We'll talk about that at the end. But do you think Rat Titus? Do you think they re-sign him? He could be good.
Yeah, I'd like to keep him there. Josh Woods too.
Mm-hmm. What else was like? We know the Briscoes got good send.
Briscoes are they're in
yeah.
They're either in negotiations with both or just Impact.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? They might stay on the Indies and then show up on Impact every once in a while. That could be a thing.
Which I'm okay with. And they could just go to ROH on a pay-to-pay kind of thing.
Yeah. But that seemed really final. Like that send-off they got.
Yeah, that was like a send-off, like a almost kind of like the way Sean left WWE.
But hey, we've been wrong before. Like it's wrestling. Yeah. No one knows anything.
We'll see.
Yes, we'll see. We'll see is the answer to every wrestling question in the history of the world.
Because, like you said earlier in the show, wrestling is subjective. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, ROH. Sorry. Tony Khan. I know you think you can do it all. Trust me, you can't.
Yeah,
hire
because
a
sleep
woman
is
to
very
book your women's
needed.
division in ROH, please. Hire, please.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's not Maria
He's willing.
Kanellis.
Yeah, he's open to talk to Maria.
Yes. Even
So
if
I'm sure Maria will hit him up real quick.
yes. Even though I love Honor No More and Impact, but like if
Yeah,
it gets
I
me
think,
yes,
but
if it
they're not signed. I think
yeah,
PCO is the only one signed.
yeah. But if it gets me a better women's division in AEW and ROH, I am fine with like
Yeah.
Eddie just being the person of Honor No More. Because I think Honor No More was a vehicle
Yeah,
to get Eddie as heel. Like in my
and
opinion.
yeah, and I know how much the OGK and Maria and Mike specifically love Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think they feel like that's their home.
Yeah. So I
And
think yeah.
I think, yeah, since they're right now on a pay-to-pay basis, they can have Maria talk to Tony, put a deal together where they can have,
probably do both. They can probably do both. Like they could probably get a deal together where they can do both.
yeah.
Impact would be
I
fine
could,
with that.
yeah, and I don't think the relationship between AEW and Impact is done just yet.
Yeah.
I think like now they're just on like a friendly thing where like the heat from the Sammy thing is gone. I think now they're just on like where like it'll take some time to put something together.
Yeah, they just haven't talked. That's it.
But Tony is able to talk to Scott D'Amore and put something together. I mean, like if Impact wants to bring Punk or Joe in for one off, it's possible.
Speaking of Joe, I take back what I said about my plans before. You know what the plan should be?
Mm-hmm.
He becomes AEW champion. And then he goes down to ROH and becomes ROH champion.
That's
and
what he said he was going to do.
Yes, and unifies the belt. Because like I said when he was released the first time.
I wouldn't unify them though.
Not unify. You know what I mean.
Samoa 2 belt sounds good.
Joe 2 belt. Because I said it before. I said when he left the first time, if Samoa Joe is even at 50% of what he used to be, that is still better than a lot of people's 90. And Samoa Joe needs. If I forgot who said it on Twitter, but someone said, if anyone deserves one last look like a badass run in wrestling, it is Samoa Joe. That man
100%
has done so much for wrestling. Like I don't think I don't think half the indie fans who are out there right now would be independent wrestling fans if Samoa Joe and Kenta Kobashi never wrestled. I don't 100%. think I don't think a lot of people in a lot of ROH fans back in 2002 to 2003 would be fans of ROH if Samoa Joe never laced a pair of boots for them. Same with 100%. TNA.
That man has done so much in just 2 decades.
Yes.
And do you think we get Joe versus Punk at some point? Or in some form, whether it be as a tag team or against each other?
I think the moment those two lock eyes is going to be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be something special.
Yes. Joe versus Punk, that's another thing. Joe versus Punk help the generation of people become fans.
Punk versus Danielson as well.
Yeah. Do you know what I want though?
What?
Give me some more Joe, Eddie Kingston. Give them 2 live mics and then walk away.
That's all they have to do. They don't need to put fist to face. They just need to just
2 live mics.
Just do the promo battle that Ruby and Britt had before Grand Slam.
I think they could do a King Punk, the promo battle that King and Punk had. That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a lot of good possibilities for Samoa Joe. There are a lot of good possibilities for Cody, which we didn't really talk about, so we probably should, since I just mentioned that.
Yeah.
We know Seth. Cody and Seth already did their battle. Like they shook hands and everything.
They adhered to the code of honor.
Yes.
on Monday.
We
Kevin
talked about
Owens
it.
had a match against Cody after the show.
That's an interesting thing because, like, I think was it on
That
this
should
show
have been
or
on TV.
yeah, it was either on this show or off where we talked about how Kevin Owens can't take credit for AEW because
Him and I think more so Finn Balor for the sake of
no,
he created Bullet Club.
no, but like Kevin
And
Owens
Bullet
because
Club
like
was
when I think everyone knows the story, Young Bucks have talked about it. When Cody Rhodes was released the first time from WWE, Kevin called up the Young Bucks and said, "This dude's cool, take care of him." And
yeah.
you know what happened.
Yeah. And now they did the code of honor. They hugged. That then the super kick during the match and the Young Bucks pose that popped me.
Did AJ and Cody ever have a match? I don't think they did. I think
No,
because AJ left. AJ came to WWE and Cody left.
left
Yeah, that was around the time. That would
because
be a good
Cody
match.
was already like working matches with like Sammy, Owens, who else was in the match in that ladder match? Dustin, I think.
Yeah. So no, that would be a good match.
Literally everyone that worked in that ladder match, that's who they were working like around when AJ came in. Like Cody didn't get the chance to work AJ because AJ was already a top guy right away.
Yeah.
Like he was already in a feud with Jericho immediately.
Oh yeah. We need to do an episode about AJ soon, but like that's another episode.
Or maybe even just WWE in 2016 in general, because that whole year up until WrestleMania 33 is interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, wrestling happened this. Okay, we should talk about the indies too because we did mention it at the top of this show. AJ and another AJ Gray and Moxley had a good match. That was a good match.
That was great. Moxley versus Biff was really good.
Bloodsport as a whole was good. Like I know people soured on something, but yeah, Bloodsport as a whole was good.
The New Japan show was really good.
Yeah. Shelly and Speedball. We talked about Speedball before. They had a good match.
The clusterfuck was great.
Yes.
And shout out to Denise Salcedo for taking out Sean.
Yeah, that was funny.
Can't wait to see what they do next in GCW.
GCW was not GCW. JCW was LA Fights. Was really good. Titus, like I've told you before, like Titus Alexander is going to blow up soon. Like, when he gets consistent East Coast booking. He and Nick Wayne faced Speedball in a three-way.
Yeah, that was very good.
Yes, and Nick Wayne is. I don't think there's words. I don't think we can say anything about Nick Wayne that hasn't already been said. He is a prodigy.
Yeah, this guy is literally like 4 years younger than me, and he's already having great matches. Like, what the hell? Like, this guy's in 11th grade, and he's having like great matches. Like, I'm sitting there going, what the hell? How am I here and he's there? Like this dude amazes the hell out of me. This guy should have a DPW booking soon.
The next crop of wrestler, like the actual next crop of wrestler, not the ones people have fantasy booked as wrestlers kids who are now going to be wrestlers, but that next crop of wrestlers are going to be really good. Marcus Mathers is still really young. Billy Starks, who everyone knows.
Billy Starks, she's going to be fantastic wherever she goes.
Yeah.
Cora Jade is going to be another.
Masha Slamovich is only 23. I just realized that this weekend.
Yeah, she is. Oh my God.
This crop is
Akira. She's going to be a major player in the Knockouts division.
Yes. These
Deanna's
guys,
not even 30 yet.
yeah, these guys are
She's only hitting 30, I think, next year.
Jungle Boy, Private Party. They're like,
Yeah.
those-
And Cole is still not hitting 30 until I think either next year or the year after.
wait, who?
Adam Cole.
He's 32.
Oh, really?
He was born in 89.
Wow. I legit thought he was like 27 or 28.
No, yeah, he's 32. He was born in 89. But yeah,
Brit is still under 30, I think.
91.
Yeah, so she just hit 30.
Yeah. But yeah, this
At
next
Darby
as
is close.
92 and 93.
Max.
Yeah, 92.
Yeah,
And 93.
Max is what, 94 or 95?
Yeah, he's 27, I think, or something like that. 26, 20. Yeah.
Around there, yeah. So there's a lot of young talent coming in, and it's gonna get younger.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. Like
It should. That's what
you look
wrestling
at-
is about.
you
Like,
look at people like Mox and Seth and Roman, they're getting up there in age, and it's only a matter of time until like everything goes backwards and like the young ones come up
that's how it should be.
and they
Yeah. Like, it's like, who was it? It was Ricky Morton or maybe I need to better remember who said what.
yeah
But Ricky Morton or Regal, it was like, wrestling is a young man's game. That's how it
Yeah.
should be. Unless your name is Minoru Suzuki and you can still go at
Yeah.
53.
and win your first American title at 53, which is mind blowing to me. I thought he
Yes.
won like maybe a WCW title or something.
Yeah. Or Takashi Sugiura, who is like 51 and does not wrestle like it. He wrestles like he's one of the 30-year-olds he wrestles.
Yeah,
Like, Sugiura is
And-
awesome.
yeah,
And we also will do a Noah show soon because, like,
yeah. That was the original idea for the podcast, and
yes.
we
And
ended up just
we talk about what we want, honestly.
yeah.
We will talk about Noah again soon because,
Yeah. We'll. I think we should bring Ben back on, and
yeah.
'cause he's
and
a
Shay.
friend of the show, and
Yes.
Shay.
Yeah.
We should have
That's what,
them
yeah.
two come on.
We'll
and-
talk about off air, but I have a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, I guess we can talk about who should Cody go after next.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what we were
Uh,
talking about before, and then we start. I think Ed. No. Okay, if it's not Roman, Seth
No.
and him seem to have made good.
Yeah.
Who's another top?
Um.
KO or Edge? Edge after AJ.
Yeah. I think do that, like maybe, or do Damian Priest.
AJ and Cody as a tag team.
Like maybe have unless you. I
I'm
don't
saying
know.
that's a good idea. I'm saying that's a good idea.
Yeah,
AJ
that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, just have that happen for a few weeks, then go Cody and AJ maybe, because AJ's a really good heel.
Yes, and then Cody and Roman. That needs to be after that promo. That needs to be the end goal.
Yeah, we'll see what they want to do, but it seems like they're trying to replicate the AEW run.
But again, it's so weird because, like, there was a reason AEW Cody work. I mean, not work, but there was a reason AEW Cody was AEW Cody, and none of the like factors are.
Yeah, we'll get L plus ratio. You fell off again. We'll get all that again.
Oh, do you see the Young Bucks bio after wrestling?
Yeah.
After Cody said wrestling is a love story.
Yeah, I saw that. I laughed. I went.
And they're all still friends. Like, I would bet dollars.
Yeah,
to donuts that
they
all-
still are friends. It's Tony Khan and Cody that drifted. We don't know exactly what happened.
That's a story for another time because, like,
Well, let's wait until more things come out.
you remember what Brian Danielson said about Cody?
Yeah,
That he never lied until Cody showed him how fun lying was.
Yeah.
He is lying. Like Cody Rhodes is lying through his teeth.
Yeah.
And that's apparently making weirdos weird, but that's enough. But we already talked about
Yeah.
that at the beginning. Um,
Yeah.
what
Again, people don't burn your Cody shirts. It's he's not LeBron.
the think pieces I have seen this weekend
Yeah.
make the Will Smith Chris Rock incident look small by comparison.
Yeah. It literally looks like it happened at an indie show and not at the Oscars.
Yes. The thing no like what you like. And if something makes you that upset, stay away from it.
Exactly. Like
I think that's pretty good
if
advice for us.
like that photo of the dude going to WrestleMania just to flip it off.
I would
Like some of you on Twitter need fucking help, man. Jeez.
okay, so I
Anyway.
think we'll wrap it up by this topic.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar, retired or no?
No. I kind of want to see like what a Cody Brock match would look like. So I think that would be interesting.
Heel Brock?
Yeah. Well,
If
it
Roman-
depends. If Cody's in the Homelander gear,
Oh. If does Brock
Well-
get
well-
Paul back then?
I think he still talks. Just he won't like put over the town.
Yes.
He'll do heel 101. That's all he has to
Yes.
do as a heel. Just say that he's gonna kick somebody's ass and say that this town sucks. Plain and simple.
Yeah, that works. And especially because it's Brock.
Yeah. It's Brock. He's already intimidating as it is. There's literally like you can have fun and like maybe have him talk a little bit more shit, but still have enough space where he can just be heel 101.
Yeah. Because like he came back for this run. This run was just for Roman and Brock.
Yeah, this was literally Brock saying, I'm coming back to put over my buddy.
In
And
a very anticlimactic match. Like I saw
Yeah.
the finish and I was like, that's the finish?
yeah, I was confused too.
But yeah, it was
I
weird.
legit thought The Rock was gonna show up and
Yeah. But just to be clear, we do not need another Brock Roman match. That is not what we're saying.
no, that's not what we're saying.
Yes.
We're saying Brock against other people.
Yeah. Yes. We even though it was anticlimactic, they do not need to run it back ever
Yeah.
again. 3-way,
And-
4-way, 5-way. I do not care. Do
Yeah.
not run it back.
But I'll say this. Rock should show up very soon.
When we're going to talk about NXT in a later episode because there are some good things in NXT, and like
Yeah, there's some stuff there.
I have fantasy booking for how they should do Rock, Roman, and Braun. We will.
Yeah.
But for now, I want to go back to Samoa Joe because Samoa Joe is awesome.
Yeah.
And like he should get his flowers, like we said before.
Yeah.
Have you seen the match though, right? Joe Kobashi.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
I watched it on a speedball stream, I think.
yeah. I watched it
Speedball or
on
Ben
Ben.
had put it up.
Yeah. I think
And
I watched it on Ben
completely
stream.
enjoyed it.
That match, like I said before, that defined a generation of fans.
Yeah.
Like, like
Mhm.
I've said before, I love 90s All Japan.
Yeah.
So
Which a match between Joe and Eddie Kingston would be exactly that.
it would be a love letter to All Japan. 90s All Japan. 2010s All Japan is still pretty good, but like 90s All Japan.
Yeah.
Hmm. But too bad we can't get AJ. He's
Yeah.
happy. I know he's happy. I'm glad he's happy. He's one of my
Yeah.
favorite wrestlers.
We'll get it at some point.
I think he retires. I think if you end up, I think he retires. And
I
then
think
next year he
he'll
goes
get one run in AEW and then he hangs it up. Because I know he said I know Gallows and Anderson said they want to do one more run with him, and they want to do it in AEW.
Gallows and Anderson talk a lot. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but they do.
They do talk a lot, but I know some stuff they legit really want to do it.
Yeah.
And
No, I'm saying I think they want to do it. I'm just not sure it happens. Because
yeah, I think Tony would be up for it though,
of course,
because that was the original plan for Dynamite for the first Dynamite episode.
Yeah,
was to have the OC there.
Yeah,
and
they already signed,
and like have them invade Dynamite and everything.
And then instead it was in a circle.
Yeah,
we didn't even mention Santana and Ortiz when we were going through really good tag teams. Speaking of, give me
yeah,
FTR.
they're up there.
Yeah,
for sure, without a doubt. I'm hoping they put LAX back together.
Same.
Especially now that Diamante hasn't been on Dynamite in like what, a year at least.
Yeah,
but she's been killing it on Dark though.
Yeah, she's been really good.
That trilogy with Swole was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that trilogy was really good.
Yeah.
But I think that should do for us. We talked about a lot, so I can't even recap it. We just talked about everything.
We talked about everything.
Yes.
We talked about Cody Rhodes. We talked about AEW. We talked about Ring of Honor. We talked about Samoa Joe coming back to Ring of Honor.
We talked about FTR. We talked about the Briscoes, which we should probably dive into further later, but not right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for us, I think. Unless you have something else.
Not really. Just do the work.
Yes. So I'm Daniel. That's Sam. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell us what you want us to talk about.
Yep. You can follow him at DJ Wrestling Fan. You can follow me at Sam.Wrestle. You can follow the podcast at Squared Post Pod. We'll see you next time.
See you.